Alright guys, a new comic week is right around the corner. It's time to get prepared. Hey comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer. Get ready to bring you another episode of my top 10 most anticipated comics of the week. And this is for October 2nd, 2019. And it's never too early, fans, to start your pull list for next week. So hopefully this helps you make decisions on what comic books to buy. So guys, at any time, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss any content from me, Mike Spider Slayer. So before we dive into the official countdown, we're going to go into that hot seat book. That's right, fans. This is the book where it could be dropped next week. Whether it's a new number one or a book that I've been reading for a long time, you never know which book can get that axe. So the book that we're going to be talking about this week is a new number one from Marvel Comics. I might not even give it much of a try. And this one is Doctor Doom, issue 1. Yeah, you know, when it comes to Doctor Doom, I think he's a badass character. I think he's a great villain. You know, he's awesome in the Fantastic Four. When he was in the Secret Wars and he was God Doom, I thought he was so diabolical and just an evil mastermind. And, you know, but when it comes to a solo series of him just by himself, like, what can Marvel offer to its readers when it comes to this book? I don't know, and that's why I'm so on the fence about it. So if this is a book that, you know, it bores me or the artwork doesn't capture me, this might be a book that I drop just as soon as I start picking up. So we'll give it a try. We'll see what happens with Doctor Doom. Very curious, guys, in the comments below. You know, are you picking this one up when it comes out? So yeah, we'll see what happens with Doctor Doom, issue 1. This book is 48 pages, $4.99 price point. Alright, so let's kick off this countdown officially with number 10. And number 10 this week goes to The Batman's Grave, issue 1. If you're tired of Tom King, if you don't like detective, well, check out Batman's one-shots. There's always a Batman book out there for you, right? There has to be. So this book is 32 pages. This is $3.99. This one is written by Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch. So you might want to check this one out. The world's greatest detective must try to inhibit the mind of the murder victim to solve a case without filling the empty grave next to those of his parents. Can Batman imagine the life of a corpse with a half-eaten face without dying himself? Sounds pretty dark, right? If you like dark Batman murder cases and you're tired of the love story what happens in Tom King's Batman, again, this could be the book for you. Looks like a pretty cool cover on here. Alright, so let's move on to number 9, sticking with the DC and the Batman family theme. This is the Year of the Villain, The Joker, issue 1. This book is 40 pages, another $4.99 book. This book is actually co-written by John Carpenter, you know, who wrote The Thing back in the 80s. So you might want to check this one out. This one could be another dark, gruesome type of book for you. So yeah, I'm going to check this one out. However, when it comes to the Year of the Villain, it hasn't overly impressed me. I read these one-shot books and I'm kind of like, man. And I thought I would like that Lex Luthor one that came out. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, and I was just so bored by it. And so when it comes to the Joker, he's always this dark and mysterious type of villain. So, you know, you gotta give it the benefit of the doubt, right? So I'm gonna check it out. Who's gonna see the Joker movie? That's coming out. I'm gonna see it. I don't know when, but I am definitely gonna see it. So if you want to check out this Joker comic book, again, 40 pages, $4.99. All right, so moving down on the countdown now, or moving up, whatever you want to call it. My number 8 this week goes to Spawn, issue 301. So really a new jumping on point for a lot of readers since 296, the road to 300. We've reached 300 when it comes to Spawn. We're now kicking off 301. There's also been a character introduced by the name of She-Spawn. So I was like, wow, that's kind of weird and cool. So I'm going to give it a chance and see where it goes. I haven't read Spawn consistently in a long time, but it's one of those books that I really want to like, you know. Todd McFarlane returns to pencil and ink Spawn 301. So he's going to do this issue as well with Greg Capullo, Jason Shawn Alexander, Clayton Crane, Jerome Pena, and Francisco Mentina. So those are all the people that are going to be involved in this book. So again, check this one out, especially if you're a longtime fan and you love great artwork. This is a book to check out, guys. All right, so moving on to number 7, all right? Oh, and just to let you know, that Spawn book, 48 pages, $4.99. So we have 3 $5 books already on this countdown. Next, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, issue 2, captures the number 7 spot this week, all right? This book is 32 pages, $3.99. When the first issue came out, I thought it was good. I didn't think it blew my mind, but it was worth a second try. When it comes to these two character interactions with Harley and Poison Ivy, I think they're great. Poison Ivy's trying to figure herself out since she's got these new powers from Heroes in Crisis. She's trying to figure out her, I guess, her connection to the Green. And they've come across this character by... what's his name? Floronic Man or whatnot. So yeah, he's the Parliament of Flowers. So what's the take there? And it looks like that Harley Quinn is going to be interacting with the Mad Hatter. Whether it's good or bad, it's still yet to be determined. So we'll see what happens there. Again, the first issue wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great either. But it did warrant that second pickup, right? Give it a chance. Let's see what happens. All right, so coming in on the number 6 spot this week goes to Justice League Odyssey, issue 14. Now, I liked 2 issues ago when Jessica Cruz got obliterated by Darkseid. In issue 13, they waste no time but bringing her back. They did not want to kill her off. So what happens is she gets brought back to life. How does she get brought back to life? Well, what happened is when Darkseid obliterated her with his Omega Beam, she absorbed that power in her power ring that was crushed into her finger. So now she has Omega-like powers. She's like a god. She's probably the strongest Green Lantern at this point. And now she's gathering together a new team to try to stop Darkseid and to, get her friends back as well. So pretty curious to see what happens. Last issue was a little bit boring, and I was a little bit upset that they brought Jessica back so quickly. They could have at least waited a couple issues and leave you hanging. But no, they're like, no, can't do that. So we'll see what happens in issue 6, and I don't know. It's up to you guys what you want to do when it comes to Odyssey. All right, so let's move on to number 5. And cracking that top 5 this week, it goes to Web of Black Widow, issue 2. Soldiers, assassins, lovers, the Widow and the Winter reunite. So we're going to have the Winter Soldier reunite with Natasha in this particular issue. Natasha's having a tough time remembering all her memories because obviously she was brought back to life. And one of the people that she's closest to could be pushed away based off of everything that could happen in this particular series. Now, I did like the first issue. Again, it didn't blow me away. That's why this falls in the middle. It warrants a second try. The one thing that captured me in this book was the artwork. It was absolutely gorgeous. And I want to give Jodie Houser the benefit of the doubt here. I think she's a great writer, and this could potentially be a great Black Widow series. Again, like I said when issue 1 was coming out, I want to give Black Widow a decent try because I haven't found a Black Widow series that I've really enjoyed. But she's another one of these characters, like Doctor Doom. Evil villain, right? Fits in these team-like books where he's the bad guy and you defeat him and you don't see him for so long. Black Widow, I think she's always been a great supporting character. I like her as a teammate. But in an individual series, I'm still yet to find that series where it's going to capture my attention for a very long time. So we'll see what happens with this book. 32 pages, $3.99. All right, so moving on this week, we go on to number 4. Number 4 was an Absolute Carnage tie-in, and this is The Amazing Spider-Man. This is issue 31. This continues the story with Norman Osborn. It looks like that we might be getting some more reveal when it comes to maybe Kindred, because Kindred is connected to Norman Osborn, and there's some rumors out there going that Kindred could possibly be Norman Osborn or even Harry Osborn, because he's hanging around the character here. And then at the same time, we get to see Spider-Man trying to save the kids, Dylan and Normie Osborn, from Carnage at the same time. So pretty interesting story. The last one didn't blow me away because I was expecting something else. I wasn't honestly expecting Kindred to make his appearance in an Absolute Carnage tie-in. I just don't think he warrants that consideration, I feel, for a character that's brand new. But hey, Nick Spencer is really taking his time unraveling this mystery on who Kindred is. Personally, my opinion when it comes to that character, I don't know if I really want it to be Norman or Harry Osborn, either Osborn people. They've always been so connected to Spider-Man, it's like, can it be somebody else or just somebody new? So again, we'll see what happens with it. It could be connected to all kinds of other stuff, but it's my number 4. I'm always looking forward to Spider-Man, and so let's move on to number 3. And number 3 this week goes to Joker Harley Criminal Sanity issue 1. Is this from DC Black Label? I think it is. It's just by the cover alone. But yeah, this book is 40 pages, $5.99. So we're seeing a lot of Joker stuff come out. And that's obvious. The Joker's going to come out. Anything that has to do with Joker, you're going to have Harley alongside with him. And so, yeah, this could be a pretty cool book as well. It couldn't get my number 1 because we just got Harleen out. And again, I feel like I'm all of a sudden starting to get oversaturated with Joker books and Harley books and stuff like that. But nevertheless, you got to give it a try because they are most of the time really great reads. So this looks like it could be some kind of murder mystery or some kind of mystery that's going on with Harley when it comes across a serial killer and whatnot. There's a huge description here. I don't want to get into it, but this could be a cool book. This could be kind of dark and violent if you're looking for that kind of stuff. And again, 40 pages, $5.99 for this. So be prepared, guys, to get your cash flow ready for this week because it looks like it's going to be a pricey one. All right, whatever happened in the days of cheap comic books, right? But that's when you were a kid. Now that you're an adult, and it seems like comics are more geared toward adults, it's just more expensive. All right. So, what's number 2 this week? Well, number 2 is a book that I still haven't read yet because it comes out actually on October 2nd, and that's Contagion. That's issue 2. And issue 1 comes out, like I said, on October 2nd. But I'm still highly anticipating this book. Like, it's really high up there because there's no really great, I guess, apocalyptic books out there. Deceased is out there for DC, and it's not a bad book, but it's not great either. So since I haven't read this one, I'm like really excited about this. I want to see how this disease affects the Marvel universe and how they contain it and how the Earth possibly falls apart. Like I said last week, I'm a sucker for these apocalyptic books. I love seeing the world crumble and people crumble around them, and then how the heroes rise up to the occasion to save the world. So I love that stuff. So again, if you forgot about this one, these books are 32 pages and they're $3.99. All right, so number 1 this week. Well, it's got to go to Powers of 10, issue 6. This is the conclusion to the House of X, Powers of X. Everything is all leading up now to finally those comics that we're going to see in the near future of X-Men. Again, I want to see how this story ends. I think I read, is it House of X issue 5 or issue 6? I don't even know. I read one of them. They all seem like one story. It should have just been one story, 12 issues, in my opinion. But that's Hickman for you. Whatever. The last issue I read had to deal with Forge and Professor X creating Cerebro. And I thought that was just a brilliant conversation. And how Hickman can honestly come up with all this shit in his head to come up with the ideas that transpired in this book. Like, it's just mind-blowing. Like, it's just awesome, and I really like it. So obviously, this is the conclusion to the story, and it lays the groundwork for future X-Men titles. That's all I can say about the conclusion to this for this story. So I want to know, guys, in the comments below, what'd you think of House of X and Powers of X? And are you going to be reading all these future X-Men titles when they're released? I really want to know what you thought about this series and all that stuff. Again, in those comments below. So, guys, there you have it. There are my top 10 most anticipated comics of the week for, again, October 9th, 2019. It's never too early to start that pull list. And fans, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Again, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss any content from me. And fans, you've been watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. Take care.